Throughout history, every civilization has been remembered for one defining idea. Some were remembered for conquest, others for commerce, some for scientific innovation. But the Sanatan Hindu civilization preserved something remarkably different: a promise, a sacred vow, a declaration that protection should never be reserved only for the powerful or the wealthy or those born into a particular nation. Instead, it should be offered to every being who seeks refuge. That vow is called Abhayam Sarvabhutebhyo, refuge for all beings. In our previous episode, we explored the launch of Kailasa's new global humanitarian initiative bearing this very name. Today, we go much deeper. Where did this principle originate? Why is it considered one of the highest declarations in Sanatan Hindu Dharma? And how has an ancient spiritual vow become the foundation for a modern humanitarian mission? Let's begin. The Sanskrit word abhaya literally means fearlessness. But in the Hindu tradition, it means much more than simply the absence of fear. It is the promise that another being will stand between you and danger. It is the assurance that you will not be abandoned. It is the responsibility voluntarily accepted by one who possesses strength to use that strength in the service of others. The second word, Sarvabhutebhyo, means to all beings, not merely one community, not one religion, not one nation, not one ethnicity, but every living being. Together, the declaration becomes one of the most universal humanitarian principles preserved in the Hindu tradition, that I grant fearlessness and refuge to all beings. At the heart of this principle lies one of the most celebrated verses from the Ramayana. When Vibhishana, the brother of Ravana, approached Lord Rama seeking refuge, many advised Lord Rama not to trust him. Some feared it was a trap, others believed accepting him would be dangerous. Yet, Lord Rama answered with words that have echoed across centuries. Sakrideva prapanaya tavasmiti chayachite abhayam sarvabhutebhyo dadami etad vratam mama. The meaning is profound. Whoever comes to me even once and says, I am yours, I grant fearlessness from all beings. This is my sacred vow. Notice what Lord Rama does not ask. He does not ask where Vibhishan was born. He does not ask which kingdom he belongs to. He does not ask about his wealth, his status, or his past. He simply recognizes that someone has come seeking protection, and protection is granted. This moment represents the highest expression of Dharma, where compassion rises above suspicion and the duty to protect outweighs every other consideration. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Sri Nityananda Paramashivam, revealed that this declaration is a living vow. He explains that for thousands of years, Hindu sannyasis have embraced this very principle as part of their spiritual life. Renouncing worldly possessions was never meant to be an escape from responsibility. Instead, it meant assuming a greater responsibility to become a source of protection, compassion, and refuge for everyone. The presidential address of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism describes this as one of the defining characteristics of the Sanatan Hindu Dharma monastic tradition: to give abhaya, to remove fear, to protect life without discrimination. According to ancient Hindu legal and political literature, offering refuge was not merely the duty of saints. It was also the responsibility of rulers. The Manusmriti describes a world without protection as the Matsya Nyaya, the law of the fish. In such a world, the stronger consume the weaker, just as larger fish devour smaller ones in the water. This is exactly what happens when governments fail to protect vulnerable people. The weak become prey to the powerful, justice disappears. Fear replaces hope. Protection, therefore, is not viewed as charity. It is viewed as one of the fundamental responsibilities of governance. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Sri Nityananda Paramashivam, also referred to the Arthashastra, traditionally attributed to Chanakya. It describes how a wise and dharmic ruler actively welcomed people displaced by hardship. Rather than seeing refugees as a burden, they were offered land, livelihood, security, and the opportunity to rebuild their lives. The goal was not merely survival, it was restoration. Communities that had lost everything could once again become productive, stable, and prosperous. This demonstrates that humanitarian resettlement has deep civilizational roots within Hindu governance. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism recounts the example of Swarna Siddhar, the incarnation of Arunagiri Yogeshwara. Swarna Siddhar became known for offering refuge to anyone who arrived in need. Not only ordinary people, but even kings whose kingdoms had been destroyed by war. Those who came seeking shelter received more than protection. They were given guidance, resources, knowledge, livelihood, and the opportunity to rebuild their kingdoms. The message is clear. Offering refuge was never limited to keeping someone alive. It meant empowering them to stand again. It is from this civilizational tradition that Abhayam Sarvabhutebhyo draws its inspiration. The initiative is not new, but as the continuation of an ancient Hindu promise, a promise that every being who sincerely seeks refuge deserves protection. This principle now forms the foundation of Kailasa's humanitarian mission. Anyone seeking safety, regardless of race, culture, religion, gender, or nationality, is invited to apply. This initiative emphasizes that refuge should restore not only physical security but also dignity, identity, purpose, and a spiritual freedom. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Sri Nityananda Paramashivam, revealed that fearlessness is not simply external, it is internal. True refuge does not merely remove physical danger, it removes the constant fear of abandonment. It restores trusts. It allows people to live again in hope. In that sense, Abhayam Sarvabhutebhyo becomes far more than asylum. It becomes the restoration of human dignity. Throughout the presidential address of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, one message is repeated again and again. The doors are open, not for a chosen few, not only for one faith, not only for one people, but for all those who sincerely seek refuge. The invitation is simple. Come, you are seen, you are protected, welcome home. Through this initiative by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Sri Nityananda Paramashivam, we have seen that Hindu principles preserved for thousands of years can still guide humanitarian action today, whether viewed through the lens of spirituality, history, or humanitarian service. Abhayam Sarvabhutebhyo asks a timeless question. If we possess the ability to remove another person's fear, do we also have the responsibility to do so? In the next episode, we'll examine how this ancient principle is being translated into a modern global refugee program. We'll explore who can apply, how the initiative is structured, the agreements are already in place, and why this is an enlightenment ecosystem rather than simply another refugee program. This is Vijayapriya Nityananda. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again in episode 3.